you heard of the word grooming, Kyle?
The Pokemon Company does not want a man who might be cruising the date a 16 to 17-year-old with parental consent to be part of their events.
They are legally children. Is this worse
Just
than Vaporeon?
oh, it's way worse than Vaporeon.
That age
Excuse
preference?
me,
Can...
what? Sir? It's amazing because we've got a little sprinkle on Russell Greer here. We got a little sprinkle on the Christian here. We got a little bit of everybody. Like we got the greatest hits here in one little package.
We have gotten to basically the end of the legal analysis of everything so far.
Right.
The conclusion is this guy is a clown. This guy, I have a clown wig somewhere. I can mail it to you, Kyle, since you publicly post your address on your Facebook page, dude. I can send. Let me know, dude. I'll send you the clown wig. Find the stains. Just 'cause it's gonna upset him a lot. But let's go into some of the things of him as a person a little bit, just because I think it's 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 funny. It's funny, man. It's 100% the reason. So let's go back to uh somewhere around here where he talks about, oh yeah, not being able to find a mate. I I very quickly I said mate again and you made a face. So I know
It's
we're
just
on the same page here because that's not how you refer to dating. That's not how you refer to dating. And I don't know if you watched the original video because I didn't send you the link, but this is what happened. I got to that point. I was like, oh, because
it's just
what the fuck?
it's so weirdly like I wouldn't call it animalistic. It's just weird characterization of
No,
like
it is kind of animalistic though, because it's resorting it down to the raw science of it or to the raw
yeah,
basal animalistic way of it, because it's not a partner. That's what I refer to my partners as, is partner. Now I know a lot of people do it for the LGBTQ reasons if you don't know the gender identity of the person. I do it because that's how I view my romantic relationships. This
right.
is a partnership. This is someone I'm building a life with. This is someone that matters to me. This is not a pet. This is not a breeding opportunity. This is
Right.
not, this is my partner. This is an equal participant in me. You're a lawyer, so you get the term
Yeah,
partner. It
it's
means,
important, like,
yeah,
because like, and it belies so much, right? Because when he says that, we all kind of get this gut check of like, oh, now we know why he's single,
no
probably,
one
right?
was okay with that.
Like
No one was okay with that.
it's not even like cute, sort of like weird Christianism, like heart sweet or something. You're like, okay, that's weird, but
Yeah.
have fun with that one. We're talking a animalistic basal level term that shows like, okay, do you think you might be entitled to this? I'm not quite sure what you're doing here.
Well, especially because he thinks it seems to be the government's problem. He seems to think it's the government's problem to help him
I
find
mean,
a mate.
we're all
A
gonna get government mandated girlfriends
mate.
eventually. You'll be great, you know.
My government mandated girlfriend. And then he would sue the government because it's not pretty enough.
Yeah,
Like
oh,
it's
I can see him doing that too. Yeah, I'm
uh,
entitled to a bigger room and
and
a better
trust me,
girlfriend.
because again, the last slide here is gonna hurt your feelings.
Oh no.
Uh, it's because it gets worse. It's because he would complain if it was slightly out of the appropriate weight range. This man right here, Kyle Owens, this dude would complain that they're not attractive enough,
Oh yeah,
and
10 out of
that
10s only for this man.
yeah. But he goes on because I titled the second video where I'm just kind of shitting on him. This guy's worse than Nintendo, because in my mind he kind of is. Because it's like, yeah, Nintendo's doing a lot of stuff, but at least Nintendo's doing stuff notionally to protect their IP and to protect their stock investment, and as what's it called, a fiduciary responsibility to their investors. They could justify that. I think there's a lot of corruption there. I have a feeling that after this Power World lawsuit wraps up, their board is going to change pretty significantly, especially after they just announced a $40 million loss in litigation last year alone. That's not something they've done in a while, where they've had to announce how much they lost in litigation.
Bad look.
And yeah, I have a feeling their board's going to change. But you can at least see from a business standpoint, a lot of the comments I got related to that. It's like, yeah, no, I get why a company's doing this, because if you have the money that Nintendo does, stifle competition. Is it the moral thing to do? No. But is it the smart business thing to do? Sure. So you can get that. These are not smart business things. But someone was like, Nintendo was threatening a lawsuit on the group of people who was doing an event in memory of someone who passed away. So no, this person isn't worse than Nintendo. He is suing someone who is dead. He is suing a dead man. So that wasn't brought up in that original video because I did not dive that deep into his bullshit. But he is suing a dead man. So let's do that. Was Nintendo right to do that? No. Can I understand, especially because of the nuance of trademark law and the fact that if they did not defend their trademark, that could be used as a grounds for them to lose it. I can, yeah.
And so there's such an easy fix to that too. And this is one of the things actually I've mentioned to people before. The easy answer to that, if you find yourself in that situation, and the same thing with when Disney went after the kid who had the Spider-Man coffin, I think it was, you issue them an advance license. Yes, I know. You didn't hear about that one, huh?
I did not hear about that. I'm choking on my
Yeah.
water. Holy shit.
So, like, it's a bad
Oh,
idea.
they're
Okay,
evil.
here's a secret. If they talk to a good IP attorney, they would tell you the very easy answer. You send them a friendly letter. You go, look, I know it's a very hard time for you. I know it's been very difficult for you. We normally wouldn't do this. However, we're going to advance issue you license because the law's stupid. We get it. This is the last thing you want to
Because
be worried
then
about.
you are still
Here's
controlling
your
your
one-time
trademark.
license to do this. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're going to give this to you to paper it up so that way you can feel comfortable. All we ask is that you don't say that, we paid for the coffin or whatever else like that, right?
Yeah.
Easy.
You're because then they're not violating trademark, which means that Disney doesn't have to defend themselves and
Right.
defend their trademark law because they have issued a license because you're allowed to
Right.
license your trademark.
And you go, look, like the
That's
way you have to
smart. That
characterize
makes
it, you have to be
sense.
very careful as an attorney. You have to go, look, I don't even want to be doing this. However, we have to cross our T's and dot our I's.
Yeah.
We're going to send this to you. You can put this in your closet and forget about it, but we're just going to do this that way. You're fine. I'm fine. Everyone's happy. And I'm so sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
That's the easy answer.
Yeah.
You're going to be 2 seconds of your time, and maybe you get some good PR
It's
out of
probably
it
a
too.
boilerplate email they have somewhere that they can send
Honestly,
out.
yes.
It's just like you stamp the name onto dear Kyle Owens of I did not Kyle Owens. Don't give Kyle shit.
Don't get him a license.
Dear dying child's family, here is your license to use a Spider-Man coffin. It's oh god, that one hurt. That one hurt my. Okay, so I'm gonna hurt your feelings in a second, but you have gotten me ahead. But no. I respond to that comment with he refers to dating as finding a mate because that is the only thing I need to say this guy's worse than Nintendo. Because again, you made that face, and that's gonna be a
I'm already
thumbnail
kind of
face.
worried here. I'm worried he's gonna start talking about like Vaporeon and shit already. I'm already kind of scared here. Like, I feel like we're already in that territory, right?
Oh, it's worse. Your first dates, by the way, Game Master, if Kyle responds, as your video says, your view of dating is Tinder, which he spells Tinder wrong, which actually makes me seem like a better person. Because I make I make the comment during the video of, just because your face card isn't working on Tinder does not make that the government's responsibility. Is Tinder and fornication, I think, because I said it's not the government's responsibility to get you laid. Because again, when you use the word like mate has a sexual connotation tied to it. It's also a word that we use as biologists. Biologists use the word mate. They will use the word partner in very specific situations, but they tend to use the word mate. No one else in the world uses it as mate except for incels. Incels are the only person that use the language that he's using to describe dating.
It's very clearly like it's immediately telling you I know who this guy is deep down inside now because like it's an allusion to a very specific mindset.
The fact that half the comments are about him saying that.
Like, I mean,
it was a 40-minute video and half the comments are about the 30 seconds where I go over him saying the word mate.
Like, it's amazing because we've got a little sprinkle in Russell Greer here. We got a little sprinkle in the Christian here. We got a little bit of everybody. Like we got the greatest hits here in one little package.
It's so bad. Your views of dating is Tinder, but Tinder, he says it with E, which means tender. Like, oh, I'm gonna tenderize a steak, or I'm gonna make you a nice. I'm gonna make you a dinner and take care of you. So thank you, Kyle. I like to consider myself a decent partner most of the time. And fornication. You use the word mate, that literally means fucking in a biological standpoint. My views are, in fact, the reason why, like, mate and mating. Mating is the act of having sex to produce offspring in animals. Those words are directly tied because that is the purpose of partnership in crude biology, in lower level biology, especially in non-monogamous animals. The purpose of having a mate is for the act of mating. You chose those words, Kyle. If you had said partner, this would be a complete... I would have even brought it up. I would probably have just been like, it's not the government's responsibility to get you a date, but cool, I get it, you're lonely. But no, he said mate. My views are conservative Christian values, meaning marriage, lifelong relationships, soulmate sort of thing. You pervented, I think he meant perverted, my comment and took it out of context. I didn't. I super didn't. I called out the use of the word mate and how gross it is. Again, that's your dirty mind, not mine. One of the frequent commenters on my channel, Music Fin, I don't know how to pronounce it. I just call him Music. It doesn't even say Music, so I've been mispronouncing. He shows up to my streams. I say his name wrong all the time. Using the word mate requires context. There are many mates like soul, brood, broodmate, work, school, play, class, and more I can think of right now. The unfortunate part is that mating, aka reproductive intercourse, is also called that, and the provided context of mates to start a family, because he said that, makes it 90% more likely the reader concludes it as mating instead of soulmate or a significant one, since starting a family is connected with having a child. After marriage for us Christians, because again, Music is a Christian. Follow up. Find mates. This isn't invincible. His J.K. Simmons is disappointed in you, Kyle.
Yeah.
It's creepy as shit, dude. Again, he responds, when I say find mates, I mean lifeline. This gets worse. I have flavored this so he's getting progressively worse with his
boy.
incel shit. When I say find mates, I mean lifelong partners and husbands/wives, not fornication. That's in your mind, not mine. That's why I say going to bars is not the answer, because that's the problem. And let's go. Fornication, 7 kids by 4 different daddies, home broken, raised in poverty, women running off with men's kids, raised by a single parent in poverty and hardship, and men have no regal lights over their kids in this whole country. This dude is the quintessential incel.
Oh my God.
This guy should be leading the parade for virgins. Like, it's...
Well, now we know why he's single. My God.
This is why!
Talk about telling on yourself.
And you see this a lot on TikTok, and yeah, some people are shallow, men are shallow. Scientific studies have actually shown that men tend to be a little bit more shallow and a little bit more look at aesthetics when choosing a romantic partner, and with women it's more 50-50. So yeah, you can look like this, a total... There's no nice things I can say. You can look like that Kyle Owens looks like, and still find a woman that will love you, and that woman will love you regardless of it, because studies have shown time and time again that they do tend to look more at less superficial things when choosing an initial dating partner than men do. Men,
you gotta have a good personality, which is gonna be a problem.
Yeah, but everything else about you and the stuff that you're making public. There's the thing. I don't know a single woman that I have dated that has not at some point told me that she's basically done a Facebook background check. That's just a part of it. And I don't blame women for that at all, because that's a safety thing for you. The number one threat to women is men. That is just a thing. It's an unfortunate part of society. If you're denying it, you're probably part of the problem. But this is public. So anyone that might want to date him, like someone that goes on his Facebook, will see this and will see the type of person he is. So I have a question for you. Based on the last 2 screenshots, in your professional opinion, is he gross?
Yes. I mean, come on.
That required no analysis. Every other question was like 5 minutes of discussion. This is like, yeah, no, I don't need to explain this. I do not need to explain the legal framework of how fucking disgusting this dude is. And I got this for you here. I'm so sorry, Eric. I saw this and I had to.
Oh, boy.
Because 14 hours ago, as of noon today, I think it might have been a little bit longer, but this was yesterday, he posted on his public Facebook, "I'm looking for a compatible lifetime partner, marriage, children, and someone to build and spend my life with. I'm not interested in hookups, one night stands, blah, blah, blah." This is going over. Most of this doesn't really matter, aside from the fact that he's using Facebook as a dating thing. He's setting standards for his partners, and that's fair. You're allowed to set whatever standard for the romantic partner that you want. The standards you set are going to affect the women that are in the pool of women that you will potentially look at. And then if you don't meet their standards, they have a legal right to deny you, Kyle, because you're not entitled to a woman's time of affection or sexuality. And he talks about, I want to take things slow. I do not mean staying in a meaningless friend stage forever. I feel like this guy's been friend zoned so many times. But I feel like it's not friend zoned. I feel like he's asked women out and they're like, I think we'd be better as friends, and then run away. Like, the reason he's moved so many times, I would not be surprised, is I heard Jennifer's in Iowa now.
So one thing that did pop on some of the research I was doing is there's a possibility he's got some form of a stalking charge, right?
Of course, I'm not even surprised. That is
I saw something that effect, and I didn't look into it. But like, I get the vibe that there might be something there. I mean, granted, there are plenty of instances in which relationships go bad or whatever, but I recall seeing something to that effect and wasn't able to look into it, because criminal stuff, by the way, is a little bit harder to look up. Civil stuff is just, published online. But it's enough to, I think it had to do with him, goodness, some form of restraining order at least, which is, restraining orders get put out there all the time for different reasons, but it's not.
I could get a restraining order against you right now. Like,
honestly, just like, you stay over there in DC. Yeah, it's like,
it's getting actually as a permanent restraining order that lasts for more than like 2 weeks takes, court time and blah 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 and all this different stuff. And I had that whole case with the previous group I was a part of, where my now ex partner wanted to get a restraining order against her boyfriend, and the group said, "Oh well, we'll kick you out of the group because you got a if you get a restraining order." And it's like,
Yeah.
so if she manages to convince a judge in front of the evidence that this person has wronged her in a domestic abusey way, you're gonna kick her out for it. So are you pro
Side with
domestic
the guy.
abuse? Like, what the fuck are you doing here? Anyways, but this doesn't matter so much. This is just his little pitch. But I will point out this right here. He says my preferred age range is 18 to 35. He's 34. My preferred height range. So he exclusively wants women that he exclusively wants women that are either younger than him or his exact age. And you're Googling something right now, and
I'm looking up the Christian attraction sign. We got to compare this in terms of his demands. The original one's 18 to 21, so at least he's got a broader age range. I'm impressed. Because the original phrase is single 18 to 21 single female companion, or sorry, cute 18 to 21-year-old single
Wait,
female
when did he
companion.
post
Excuse
this
me.
one?
No, this is the original Chris Chan attraction sign, the thing
Oh,
you would hold out in the mall
Chris Chan.
near
Okay,
here.
yeah. Well, it's gonna get worse.
Oh no.
It's gonna get worse, Kirk.
Okay.
Because
Oh no.
this post says 18 to 35. My preferred height range is 5'4" to 5'8". My preferred weight range is approximately 150 to 225 pounds. Now, I dated a woman that was a fitness model on Instagram, and she was like 5'2", but she probably weighed like 150 pounds because muscle weighs more than
Yeah,
fat.
muscles are dense. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. These are my personal attraction ranges. Fine, that's cool. You have no obligation, man or woman, to be with someone that you do not find physically or mentally or socially or emotionally attractive.
Yeah.
You have no obligation to anyone, really. I think as a lawyer you can say that, unless except for in those cases where you have a duty of care. You have no obligation to anyone. That's the whole concept
Basically, yeah.
of the Good Samaritan laws. But he also posted with this post a little brochure,
Oh, a fun little AI generated thing. Everyone's doing
and
these
then a little
nowadays.
bit more
It's
of
so
a brochure.
frustrating.
And then
It
I know
is
you
the
can't really
attraction
read
sign.
that right here, that where it says about you, but I made it bigger. Can you go ahead and read that age
Excuse
preference?
me, what? Sir?
Kurt, can you go ahead, just so they know that I'm not misrepresenting what's being put out by him on his public Facebook page, can you go ahead and read that about you?
He is saying age, it's 18 to 35, parentheses, 16 to 17 with parental consent per Iowa. Excuse me, sir? You are
So,
34 damn years old.
so I get that the legal definition of pedophile might require the person to be considered outside of the age of consent. And Iowa might have age of consent laws that are 16. I believe most statutory laws say 16 within a certain age range. Because my brother was also very, very aware of the statutory limitations for relationships like that when he was going through college. And he was very clear on the fact that, oh, yeah, as long as they're 16 and within 4 years of your age. So
The Romeo and Juliet kind of laws, yeah.
yeah, I would assume Iowa has something like that. But even if they don't, maybe legally he could not be considered a pedophile, but socially.
The Pokemon Company does not want a man who might be cruising to date a 16 to 17-year-old with parental consent to be
Yeah.
part of their events. You
Have
are
you
not
heard- Have you heard of the word grooming, Kyle?
like
Grooming's
not
not
making the
technically a
Pokemon-
crime, Kyle, but it's not morally okay.
the Pokemon Company already has plenty of issues with reputational issues with their fans, with variety of issues related to this. You do not want to be feeding the fire on this.
Is this worse than Vaporeon?
Oh, it's way worse than Vaporeon. At least Vaporeon's a lesser of at least he's buying, if you buy a plushie, then I don't want to know about that. But like, you have fun with that, right?
Yeah,
This
that is an inanimate object that
Oh my
has no
God.
sentience, that can't actually be harmed. This is
I mean-
you saying, as long as the parents are cool with it, you're gonna groom a 16-year-old because you're so fucking lonely.
I'll ask the dad's permission. It will be cool. Don't worry about it. Like, also, she can't be 5'3", though. The 16-year-old cannot be 5'3". That's out of my range of comfort.
3 or way less than 150 or over more than
I
225.
can't see. I can't see someone who I can see her rib cage.
And or with a very large woman, those are not attractive and are repulsive to me. Kyle,
Sir.
you don't get to have those. Kirk, you are an attractive man. You can have whatever physical standards you want for a partner. You're an attractive, successful man.
Thank you. But like,
Kyle.
even I wouldn't be putting out such
No,
age
because
ranges.
you're a decent human being.
Oh my God. And like, giving him the benefit of the doubt, my guess here is this is obviously an AI generated like form. I'm worried that he just like this
Didn't
popped out automatically, but he looked at this and he said this was okay. Sir, you blessed this thing that you put on here Facebook.
he
Unfortunately, you cannot distance yourself from this.
he would also have to have given it the prompt of make sure it's applicable by law, which means to me that means he had to put in some sort of statement there that is basically him admitting to the fact that he does not actually care about the age of the child as long as he's legally allowed to screw them. Or
This is
sorry, mate with them,
mate with him. Yeah,
build a
this is
life
we're
with
making a
them,
family
groom
here.
them.
I mean, because like I really hate to be like this, but people used to give Chris Chan so much nonsense for the specificity of his sign because it said 1821 does not have a boyfriend, single, slender weight, body weight, and white. I mean, the white thing was usually what he got roasted on.
Yeah.
Here, this man's providing a 4-inch height range, 16 years old, cool with it, and also for some reason 150 to 225, which is like
A 4-inch height range, a 19-year age range, and it doesn't go in the appropriate direction.
I've known many guys with very idiosyncratic tastes. I have never seen someone with such a specific height and weight range.
I've never seen someone that looks like Kyle here that has so much entitlement that, and again, if listen, if that's what you want, that's what you want. That's fine. It is nobody's fault but your own that you're single, dude.
Like, I mean, the reality of it is like, look, if you're someone who struggles with dating, you've got to make it up with the personality, and you're not making up with the personality, my
Yeah,
friend. Like, not with this,
yeah.
not with the 75
I,
attempted lawsuits.
I, I, ev- everything about this guy is gross, and I found more stuff that we could talk about, but I was just like, this needs to end at some point.
Oh my
We
God.
we could start an entire channel that's just 24/7 live streaming shit talking Kyle Owens, and we'd have content for years.
I mean, my
Uh,
God, he's going to be the next like Dark Side Phil, where there's an entire generation of creators who just exist based upon him.
he's pirate software right now for me.
Oh, geez, yeah. And it's like I feel bad because like you almost want him to realize like, yo, there's a remedy to this, right? You get your stuff together. You go get that felony expunged. You go to Pennsylvania and either take your hard knocks or you get that case handled if you're in the right. You give up on the Pokemon dream. You get a normal job. You stop it with this weird stuff, and you kind of give up on these lawsuits. Maybe you can make something of yourself, but like this, you're
He's
digging
34.
further and further in. Oh, yeah, he's
He's
making it worse and
34.
worse.
This would almost be something I would expect from like a 20-year-old or a 22-year-old. Like
Kind of, yeah.
someone went through their entire college career and then had no luck with the ladies and has decided that that's society's fault and not his. Uh I'm a geeky guy. I'm a nerdy guy. I'm goofy as hell. Uh I don't have too much trouble with the ladies in that sense because I'm a decent human being and I don't refer to them as mates. That's
And
the big
like,
one. I've never once put in like a Tinder or a Bumble profile. I'm looking for a mate, and I think that's why I'm fairly successful.
and this is it's never been a better time to be a nerd in the dating scene because there's so many women who are getting into it that
And
used to
so many
never
of them
touch
are
it.
so incredibly attractive women too.
Like my God, I've been to a variety of conventions recently, both on the job and not on the job. It's 50-50 female to male nowadays. And
Yeah,
it's one of those things where like the romantasy genre has pulled in more women than you'd imagine. Anime has done a good job for that.
and just
Gaming
society
has
is not gatekeeping it much anymore.
right. And
Yeah,
like granted, there is gatekeeping there because we don't creeps show up, granted.
yeah,
But like if you're a nice person, there's plenty of opportunities. I know multiple couples who have met and gotten married from conventions or gaming or Discord servers or anything else like that. It's fantastic.
yeah.
So like you have opportunities. It's just don't be like this.
I would hazard to say that in a more nebulous sense, in a more analogous sense, Kyle Owens is the reason why more women don't get into geeky things.
Yeah, because
Like
if
not Kyle Owens specifically, but the analogous Kyle Owens, the representation of Kyle Owens, the
the
fact that
fear
for
of
the
potential
longest
Kyle
time,
Owens.
yeah, we got nerds got Henry Cavill and like whatever the dude that was in Magic Mike, the really
Oh
yeah
yeah.
that plays D&D and was married to Sofia Vergara. Nerds got that, but we also have this, so
And like,
it's
funny enough, I know a guy who doesn't look too dissimilar from this, who has a wife, 2 kids, and they all play Xbox together nowadays.
yeah.
You can make this work for you. You just got to be a nice person.
Yeah, I
And
know a lot of dudes that, like, by the colloquial sense, would be busted. Is that what the kids say nowadays? Busted. But like they have been very successful in the dating scene, and they have exceptionally attractive partners, and like they're just good people and they're nice guys because ultimately that's what people are looking for when they're looking for a mate. When you're young and you're dumb, it's like, listen, you might be the best person in the world for me, but I'm wanting a 10 right now. So you make a lot of stupid decisions when you're
I
younger.
mean,
He's 34. I
and not
can't
to
get past
speak
that.
for 18 to 35 slash 16, 17 with parental consent year old women, but or girls, I guess.
Yeah,
But
you can't call those women, Kirk.
God, like,
Categorically.
oh Jesus. But like,
Kirk, you're canceled, motherfucker.
I know it's like, oh God, they're not even women. Like, this is just the
No,
darkest possible timeline.
they are legally children.
Children, like, oh Jesus, like,
We can say this. We can say this. I think with legal protection, but tell me if I'm wrong, and I'll cut this out. He is comfortable with the idea of engaging in a romantic and potentially sexual relationship with someone who is categorically a child.
I mean, like, that's how I read this. Like,
I don't think there's
I'm
another
in
way
my
to read this.
30s. There's no way to get around this. And look, there's nothing criminal here just by saying this, but boy, howdy, does it make you look bad. Like, you should never ever say this.
Kyle,
Um,
my non-legal advice would be take every single post you made that has your address on it and delete that post
right. Like,
because you made this post and there's gonna be people that don't like that.
I mean, we're dipping into Chris Hansen territory here. Like, it's getting kind of
Might need
dangerous.
to fucking call Chris Hansen, dude.
Oh God, right? Or what is it? By the way, Robert
I can.
Pattinson is going to act in him in a movie. I am so excited. I'm beyond belief. Like, I cannot. The trailers, the things made me
That's
the
gonna be
happiest this
weird.
week in the
It's gonna
world.
be really
I'm
weird.
so excited. But anyway,
I'm
not
about
just
to
because
go
these
on the
women.
IC3 tip line and fucking
Oh
report him to
God,
the FBI. Like, listen, I don't have any proof, but like, get the
check
warrant
his
and
hard
check.
drives,
Just please,
right?
for the love of God, check.
Like not to speak for the legally aged women, but like one of the biggest issues here I see is everything I'm hearing from him is placing locus of control outside of himself. Everyone is making his life hard. Everything is bad for him. It's everyone else's fault from him. That's not attractive, man. You've got
Oh,
to take
dude.
control of your life. Get a job. Admit that part of the reason why things are going bad for you is your own control. There are things that have gone bad for me that have been because of my control. Same thing for you. Same thing for everyone.
Yeah.
Like, just admit that at some point your answer is not suing everyone where they've caused you
Yeah.
hell.
And even the stuff that's like not your fault, no one wants to be with someone that's constantly bitching about, man, I could have gone pro basketball if only that community college had let me in. Like, no one
It's
wants to
like
be with that guy, dude.
just you gotta let things roll past you. Like I've had so many stupid things happen where again, like I could have sued bazillions of people. You just gotta roll past it. Like I've
Yeah.
had things happen horrible. You just
My
okay,
ex-wife still
whatever.
owes me $500 from the divorce, and I kind of decided I'm not going to pursue it because why? I sent a few messages like listen, get me this money, or I could take legal action. And then when they didn't respond, I was like, there's no point in me taking legal
It's like
action,
why am I
dude.
bothering with this?
It's
Yeah,
not
it's
worth it.
like
It's $500.
it's like
Would I like
you've
to
got
have
to
it? But you know,
calculate your hourly rate of how much your time is worth and just kind of go on from
yeah.
there. Like sometimes it's not worth it.
Because at that point, it would have just been for the nuisance, and I'm not doing it. It would have just been to be like, hey, you have to fly from Oklahoma to Virginia to settle this
Oh God,
case.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. Like the thing is, like, when it comes to the net of this, like, I hope this guy's able to kind of figure out that there is a pathway out of this. You're never really
It's called
screwed on this. It's
medication,
just,
Kirk.
well, that would help. Yes, like, go talk to somebody. Like, there's great therapists out there who could help you. And like, if you're in this
Uh,
situation, talk to
Not
somebody.
sponsored, but BetterHelp. I
Honestly,
actually I've heard a lot of bad things about BetterHelp actually, but
yeah,
I don't know how many of them are true and how many of them are people being like Kyle and being like, hey, things didn't go perfectly my way, so I'm mad about it. Um, ZocDoc. That's the
yeah.
new
Honestly,
one.
like,
You're so good, Kyle. You got so many opportunities for help. It's take some of this money that from whatever next settlement you get and pay a psychiatrist just all of it. Just give
and
them
most
all
states
of
will
that money,
fall all over themselves to give you free medical care, including
right?
psychiatric care, and
Yeah.
they will help
They have
shepherd
these
you in the right
facilities
direction.
called asylums that they could lock
Yeah,
you in.
we used to
The,
before Reagan took them away, but
the good thing is, I'm pretty sure don't most prisons have like a special wing for like mentally ill
yeah.
people, so he can go there instead because he does not want to have to go to prison and have them find this post.
Oh God,
That's
no! Like
it's
it's
gonna be
such
a
a bad
really
look.
bad day.
And look, everyone's got things they got to work through with people. There's no shame in going and finding someone to talk to about this. Like, but like those external locus of control nonsense and posting AI
Yeah,
generated requirements,
I'm trying to
like
see. Oh yeah,
taking things slow. I appreciate him
yeah,
being.
taking things slow, which good. He doesn't want to fuck the child. He just wants to groom them until they're
He'll
old
wait
enough.
until they're 18. It's
Yeah,
fine.
he's gonna groom them from
Oh,
16 to 17. Let's see. So there's some other nonsense here. I'm looking for a woman who wants to be a full-time wife and a full-time mother. So he
on the
wants a woman
largesse
that,
of
yeah,
his litigation winnings, of course.
yeah, of course, yeah, because he's going to be able to fund that as perfectly well. Devotional, caring, and loyal. Someone who provide companionship, love, and share in life, not just sexual compatibility. So I will grant him he's not looking for a hookup, although that's what a lot of incels say. And then it kind of turns out that what they were wanting was this guy's going to be like 2 dates in and being like, well, maybe we can disappoint God.
Yeah,
Jesus won't be too upset.
there's a trad wife flavor to this. It's getting a little
No,
bit
this
into
is
that
100. This
territory.
is, and this isn't even the like colloquial like trad wife for TikTok where it's just hot women dressing up in sundresses. This guy wants he took the Old Testament of the Bible and says, yes, women should be subservient to men. Yes.
Yeah, let's go get us some
And
denim
it's
dresses here. We'll make this work.
denim dresses. Oh my god, is it the 90s?
Yeah,
Uh
right.
when I say throwing friends, no drugs, that's fair. You could some of these are reasonable. Some of these are like, yeah, these are lifestyle things that you don't want to engage in. Some of them are you believe women are
He's got a
property.
map. I appreciate him specifying a map of his location slash where he
You
should be.
said map, and I immediately thought minor attracted person
Oh
because
God, no, we're
because
gonna.
also yes,
So that's
because
the left
also
side
yes.
of the left side of the forms of the map. That form of map. The other side has the map. Okay, we got
Yeah,
you
this is
know.
this he's got so many maps on this brochure.
Oh
This
God.
one and then this one. He posts his address. He says how to get in contact. Please sign up for FB dating. Like this is a weird ad for for Facebook dating. That's what this is. He thinks he's getting some sponsorship fees here. He's got an
He's
affiliate
gonna.
code for Facebook dating.
Oh God.
I'm in FB dating. I'm located in Lawrence, currently maybe moving to Ames, Iowa in 1 to 2 years for ISU. Dude, I don't think you're doing. Can a if you sue a college, can they just deny you this because you sued them?
They can knife for lots of reasons. I mean, granted, there's plenty of
The
lawsuits out there about
felony
like,
is one of them.
yeah, that's a big
Yeah,
one, right? Like,
I looked that up. You can be denied the
it
permission to be
just sometimes
student
you're
out of
not the
college with a
academic
felony.
person they're looking for. There's, I mean,
Yeah,
they got to accept some people, not others, and like, I mean, I
academic
like to believe
integrity is a
that.
part of most schools, and forgery is probably not on there.
Oh, that's a big one, right? I mean, I'd like to believe that so much of this, I hope deep down inside that some of this is just AI generated. With his prompt was like 2 to 3 words, like make me a profile, and just randomly generated all
And
this
it just
shit.
generated the worst thing it possibly could.
Because I'd
It
like to
looked
hope
at
deep
his
down
search
inside,
history. It looked at a lot of his history stuff. Was like,
I'd like to hope deep down inside that he doesn't mean some of this the way it's coming off. Again, it's one of those where it's like with the mate thing, with everything else, maybe he's just got a little bit of, he's on the spectrum a little bit. He doesn't realize how this is received by normal people, but like this is received so poorly by a normal reader that this is an anathema to normal women. It makes you look bad.
this is an anathema to like civilized society. This
Society,
is
yeah.
this is like there's not too many people that are okay with this.
Right. Like, and again, I'm sure he's going to be like, well, they're trying to call me a pedophile. That's not remotely the case. It's just that this is a bad look. Like, the reality of it is, this makes you look bad in a variety of ways. The Facebook dating as an example. Hopefully, you don't mean any of this. Like, hopefully, you can have specificity about what you want, but like, there's a way to go about this that is not quite as formulaic, AI driven, and then perhaps nebulously bad for your reputation.
Yeah, I'm not asserting at all that he, and I assume you are not either, that he has ever engaged in illegal activity with someone under the
Okay,
age of 18. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that when you
I think I just
combine,
lost you. Give me one. Thank
yeah,
God.
no, I'm not asserting. I don't think you were asserting that he has ever engaged in illegal activity with someone under the age of 18. What I am asserting is he said a lot of weird things that made a lot of people believe that he might have, and then he posted a picture that appears to say he would be willing to.
Yeah, and this falls in the category again of why you don't put things on the internet without, especially when you're a repeat litigant, but like in general, like,
I
think
feel
about what
like
you're
this
putting
is
on the
the only
internet.
thing
Not to
Pokemon
be like the
needs.
dad about it, but like think
Yeah,
about what you're actually putting out here.
yeah. It's nonsense. But yeah, this was the last one because I think this is objectively the worst thing that
It's
he
fun.
said. And just like, oh my god, I saw this. I didn't even notice that 16 to 17 thing, and I sent this to a buddy just to roast this guy. I was like, "Can you believe this clown posted this?" He is like, "I didn't even see the 16 to 17 thing."
17 year
He's
old.
like, "This dude needs to be in a wood chipper." I'm like,
Oh my God. I really hope it's like automatically AI. It's like, oh, it's just
I
following the
hope
law.
to God.
Oh, like,
And
dude, just say, even if it's not true, just say it, please.
this is the only evidence that Pokemon needs, I think. I think this would be valid grounds for denial
I
for
mean,
a lot of things, to be
it's
honest.
it's just not becoming of someone you want running things, even if there's just adults there. If it's true he only wants adults there, even then, this is just reputationally hazardous. They've had such bad experiences with the Smash community. Just
Yeah,
get out of the business, man. Just like,
especially because he directly he directly relates his role as game master, that company that he has, to the idea of providing a community for people to find mates. And the thing he
Which
wants to host is something that is, he does say, and it is true that there are adults that play Pokemon, and that he would be wanting to host the ones that are for adults. One, if I were Pokemon, I would not trust him to actually follow through with that. I'm only going to host the adults only ones. And two, he's hosting something that is by design targeted at children, and he wants this to be an opportunity for him to find, for his words, a mate.
And one thing just to point out, like while we're closing out on this, is like he can still throw Pokemon card tournaments. He just can't call them like you can't use their IP, right?
Yeah,
I live down the street from a really good board game slash card game store. They
yeah,
throw like open game nights fairly regularly. You can just go in there and play whatever, including but not limited to Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, you name it, Warhammer, you go whatever you want to do.
yeah.
He can still do that. There's nothing stopping him from doing that. It's just that they're taking away his ability to do this in the context of, writ large. Um, Under the auspices of the Pokemon company, right?
Yeah.
Sure, not a big loss. Go open a game store if you
It's
want.
not
There's one that
official.
opened my hometown. You call it something generic, you're fine.
Yeah. It's there. There's so many of them. There are so many stores like that, even in small towns. There's so many places, and I'm sure he could travel a very short distance and find somewhere that is hosting the sort of nerdy things that he wants to be a part of. This,
Yeah,
I,
that's how you
I do
find
not think
community.
this is about community for him as it is.
Probably, almost
Um,
certainly.
but yeah, no, there's not much more to say. There's so much more to say about him. There's not much more we need to say about him. We did go over. If you want me to, I can bring up. Did you have any? Because you wanted to talk about these a little bit. Is there anything else you want to say with the stuff that you found the from your pacer?
Not a bit. I mean, honestly, most of the documents are kind of staying on their own. They're all public, so it's something you could even put as a link
Yeah,
in some of the descriptions because I think it's fun to flip through it, even if you're just a layman, because you can see from them
yeah,
your intuitive judgment's good enough. Anyone who's not a lawyer, your intuitive judgment's good enough to tell you this is bunk, right? When a
yeah,
good complaint is filed, right? They're
yeah,
nice, they're terse, like boom, 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 done.
yeah.
That's not what this is.
But we've been recording for 2 hours and 42 minutes, minus the 10 minutes that we lost from just OBS
Technical
shitting the
stuff, yeah.
bed, because that's what happens. Do your outro plug. What do you want to plug? You got
Yeah.
a new Kirk Sigmund recently formed his own law firm that is more focused on video game law.
Yeah, candidly. So, long story short, I don't normally do kind of a, weirdo case law like this, but it's kind of fun. So, I recently founded a firm with two of my colleagues. We do everything from IP to tech law to AI law. I have developed an AI platform that allows people to do legal analysis. It's all in-house local and not on LLMs. But the basic idea is that I'm always happy to talk to people who genuinely have technical legal issues. We do so for free. Part of the reason we split off is that we provide we're able to help you where you're at. I work with a lot of indies. The reason I was in Poland is we're talking to a lot of indie game companies who normally can't hire the big law firms, so we go meet them in the middle. We work with them where we can. So, I really mean it. Like, don't feel hesitant to reach out. I can help. I mean, at minimum, I can tell you if I'm not the right guy and point you in the right direction. It's not something that a lot of law firms will do. And I'll tell you if I think you don't have a good case. I just recently talked to a guy and I told him, yeah, sorry, I don't think this is a good one for you. So, I'm always happy to help. This community's fun for me. The game stuff is fun.
Yeah.
Games lost fun.
And
It's
what's
all
the
kind of
law
a
firm
blast.
called?
It's called Keldan. So I didn't put my name on it because my usual policy is that you got to be dead to have your name on a law firm. So
That's fair. That's
my,
fair.
my colleagues don't agree with that. That's why their names are on there.
I can
But
put the link in the description in the pinned comment. That way, if anyone does have IP law, basically, if you're not picking up on what he just said, he's the good guy in the IP law side of the house, working with the indie studios and the people that can afford big law firms. So
yeah. And
there
at
you
minimum,
go.
I can send basic information to people to kind of give them to know what to do. Like half the time, it's just incorporate, get a trademark on what you're doing, be careful, get your Coke programmers on a contract, and you're good to go. I
Yeah.
will not charge you money until I absolutely have to, basically.
And I same outros all the time. I'm working on the prior art database that should be launching sometime in July. It's going to be a largely volunteer based thing. There's information in the pinned comment in the description. I also have two side channels that I'm working on right now. Runga Storytime, where I'm talking about a lot of stories from my life. Like if you want to hear about the time I got kicked out of the Hard Rock Cafe, that's there. If you want to hear about my worst boss, that's here. If you want to hear about the time that I had a Navy chief try to tell me that you cannot navigate based on the moon and stars, that story is on there. That one is, I'm not kidding you, a Navy chief, someone that had been in for 12
Uh,
years, tried to tell me that you could not navigate based on the moon and stars when I was doing land nav. It was ridiculous. And on the other channel, on Runga Extra, is the rants and other random stuff that I like to talk about. That's not necessarily the analytical type of stuff I go on here. You get to see me get a little bit more unhinged. But with that, goodbye, thank you, and fuck Nintendo, but also fuck Kyle Owens.